Hello, this is Green Energy Power Company. How can I assist you today?
Hi there. I recently moved into a new apartment and I need to register for the electricity account. Can you assist me with that?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you with that. I'll just need a few details to get started. May I have your full name, please?
Thank you. My name is Mark Arbaiza. It's Arbaiza.
Thank you for spelling it out, Mark. And could you please provide me with your current address?
Sure. I'm living at 786 Maple Street, apartment 14B.
Great, thank you for that. Now, I need to know if you are the homeowner or a tenant in the apartment.
I'm actually a tenant.
Understood, Mark. Can you please provide me with the start date of your tenancy?
I moved in on the 1st of this month, so that would be the start date.
The 1st of December. Perfect. Now I'll need to set up your account in our system. For that, I require your contact information, such as your phone number and email address. Could you please provide those?
Certainly. My phone number is 0792 193 7386.
Got that.
And my email address is mark.july07@gmail.com.
Thank you, Mark. I have all the necessary information to create your account. Now, I'll explain how the billing process works. We send out monthly bills based on your electricity usage, and you can choose to receive them via email or regular mail. Which option would you prefer?
I would prefer the online option. I almost don't use regular mail anymore.
Noted. Now, let's talk about the available payment methods. We have several options for you to choose from. You can set up a direct debit, make online payments through our website, or use our mobile app for convenient payment. Which method would you prefer?
I'm not very familiar with using financial apps, so I would feel more comfortable making online payments. It's more convenient for me because I have the flexibility to choose when to make the payment.
That's understandable, Mark. I'll set up your account for online payment processing. You'll receive instructions on how to access your account and make payments online. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Actually, I have a question about how often the meters are read for billing purposes. Could you please clarify that for me?
Good question, Mark. In your case, the meters are read at the end of each month, but in some cases, it may be done on a quarterly basis. I want to assure you that we take accurate readings to ensure fair billing.
That's clear now, thank you. One more thing, what are the payment due dates, and what if I paid late?
The payment due dates are usually set 14 days from the billing date. It gives you enough time to review your bill and make the payment. Regarding late payment fees, we do have a policy in place. Late payments may incur a small fee, but it's always best to make your payments on time to avoid any additional charges.
I see. Thank you for explaining everything, and for your assistance in setting up my account.
You're welcome, Mark. If you have any further questions or need any help in the future, don't hesitate to contact us. We hope you have a great experience with our services.
Thank you once again. I appreciate your help. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Mark. Take care and have a fantastic day ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our amazing zoo. Before you start exploring, I want to share some exciting events happening today that you should definitely participate in. They're all free, and I recommend attending as many as you can for a great experience. First up, we have The World of Reptiles in the Reptile House. Dr. Charlotte Adams, a famous biologist, will give a fascinating talk about these scaly creatures. You will learn about the different species and their behaviours and get a chance to meet some incredible reptiles up close. The talk starts at 11:30 a.m. and lasts for about an hour. Next, we have a captivating film called Ocean Explorers, playing in the Marine Theatre. Dive into the deep ocean and witness the breathtaking beauty of marine life. This amazing documentary shows wonderful underwater footage and teaches us about the importance of protecting the ocean. The film starts at 1:15 p.m, so make sure to grab your seats on time. At 2:45 p.m, head to the bird aviary for an exciting demonstration by Laura Johnson, our bird expert. In Feathers and Flight, Laura will showcase the incredible abilities of birds. You can learn how they fly and adapt to their environments. You can also watch their impressive aerial displays. This interactive session will give you a whole new appreciation for these magnificent creatures. Lastly, join us at the Polar Playground at 4:15 p.m. for a special lecture called Penguin Party. Our dedicated keeper, Mark Thompson, will feed the penguins and interact with them. You will hear interesting facts, observe their feeding habits, and enjoy their charming behaviour. Don't forget to bring your camera to capture this memorable moment. Now let me give you some directions to enhance your zoo experience. If you're feeling hungry, our delightful cafe is just a short walk away. When you exit the main building, go right and follow the path. You'll pass the flamingo pond on your left and soon you'll see the cafe on your right. Treat yourself to tasty snacks, sandwiches and refreshing drinks to recharge during your visit. For a picnic surrounded by nature's beauty, head to the peaceful picnic grove. After leaving the cafe, continue walking along the path until you reach a fork in the road. Take the left path and soon you'll find the lovely picnic grove on your left. Find a cosy spot, lay out your picnic blanket and enjoy dining amidst nature's splendour. If you want to get up close and friendly with animals, visit the Animal Encounter Zone. Here you can interact with domestic animals, learn about their care and even have the chance to feed them. It's an engaging experience, especially for animal lovers. For this one, turn left after leaving the main building and you'll see it on your right, after the right angle bend. Don't go too far or you'll come to the aviary. The aviary is on your right, at the crossroads, and just over the crossroads, also on your right, is the aquarium. I hope these directions help you make the most of your time at our wonderful zoo. If you have any questions or need assistance, our friendly staff members are here to help. Enjoy your visit and have a fantastic day.
Hey, Liam! How was your internship? I've been so excited to hear about your experience.
Hey Eva, it was incredible, honestly. I got to work on some really exciting projects and learned so much.
That's amazing to hear. I remember you chose to intern at Technova Solutions, right? Wasn't it quite a distance from the university?
Yeah, the commute was a bit long, but I specifically chose that company because they specialise in designing circuits for new devices, which is my favourite field. The other companies suggested by the university didn't match my long-term goals.
Oh, I see. That makes sense now.
How about you, Eva? Where did you end up interning?
Well, I interned at a software company. My main focus was developing a mobile application.
That's great! Did you handle the design or the coding aspect?
Not at all. As a newbie, my main responsibility was conducting through testing. The senior engineers took charge of tasks like planning, analysing, designing.
That sounds reasonable.
Liam, did you face any challenges during your internship, like tight deadlines or working in a team?
Surprisingly, it wasn't so much about deadlines or teamwork. The most challenging part for me was debugging, identifying and fixing issues. It required careful analysis.
Oh, I had a similar experience with careful analysis. Also, because I worked in a team, I had to attend regular meetings to discuss progress, share ideas, and address any roadblocks. It was quite tiring, Liam.
But there must have been something you enjoyed, right?
Absolutely. There were many valuable aspects, such as improving technical skills and learning industry best practices. But what I enjoyed most was collaborating with experienced professionals. I learned so much from their expertise and gained insights that I couldn't have acquired only through academic studies.
I completely agree. By the way, did you have a mentor or supervisor guiding you during your internship?
Yes, indeed. I was fortunate to have a supportive mentor who helped me navigate challenges throughout my internship. I'm not a very dynamic person, you know, but he always encouraged me to explore new areas.
You were lucky. I must admit I didn't have the best relationship with my mentor, even though he had high expertise.
Oh, why was that? Was he too demanding?
Not really. It was more that my mentor didn't provide much guidance or support. I think he was simply too busy with his own responsibilities.
I understand. That can sometimes happen in companies.
Nevertheless, I did learn some valuable skills, such as time management. I always had to manage multiple tasks at the same time. I sometimes missed deadlines, but it wasn't too serious. It was definitely more challenging than writing assignments at university, you know.
That makes sense. Having a logical way to organise tasks can make a big difference. During my internship, I also realised that I lacked some necessary skills, like problem solving. While I could identify problems easily, I wasn't quick at giving out solutions. It was quite hard to come up with creative solutions quickly, you know.
I can totally relate to that. Another challenge for me was sharing my ideas. I lacked confidence when the team leader asked me to share ideas at team meetings.
Why was that? You've always been confident.
I felt others on the team were more experienced and professional, so I was quite nervous. But I'm determined to work on it.
I can relate too. Being the only female on the team made me a bit shy. It was different from the university environment, where I'm usually outgoing.
I remember your outgoing nature, but I'm sure you received plenty of help from your team members, right?
Absolutely. The team members were incredibly supportive, and I received a lot of guidance and assistance from them. By the way, have you submitted your internship report yet?
Not yet. I still have some work to do on it. Have you already submitted yours?
Hello everyone. Today we're going to explore the fascinating climate phenomenon called El Niño. El Niño is a natural event that affects weather patterns around the world. In this lecture, we will learn what El Niño is, its causes, the impact it has on our weather, and how it is studied. El Niño occurs in the Pacific Ocean and is characterized by unusually warm ocean temperatures in the central and eastern parts of the equatorial Pacific. This warm water influences the Earth's atmosphere, leading to changes in weather patterns globally. El Niño events can last for several months to a few years and can have significant effects on the climate. So, what causes El Niño? It starts with the interaction between the ocean and the Earth's atmosphere. Normally, the trade winds blow from east to west across the equatorial Pacific, pushing warm surface waters towards Asia. This creates a pool of warm water in the western Pacific. However, during an El Niño event, the trade winds weaken and sometimes even reverse direction. This allows the warm water to flow back towards the central and eastern Pacific, leading to a warming of ocean temperatures. The warming of ocean temperatures during El Niño has far-reaching effects on weather patterns. One of the most notable impacts is the alteration of rainfall patterns. Countries that usually experience heavy rainfall, such as Indonesia and Australia, may experience drought conditions, while regions that are typically dry, like Peru and Ecuador, may receive more rainfall than usual. These changes in precipitation can have significant consequences for agriculture, water resources, and ecosystems. El Niño also affects global temperatures. During an El Niño event, the warmer ocean temperatures release heat into the atmosphere, causing an overall increase in global temperatures. This can contribute to record-breaking heat waves and impact ecosystems, including coral reefs and marine life. In addition to rainfall and temperature changes, El Niño can influence other weather patterns. It can disrupt the normal patterns of trade winds, which can affect ocean currents and marine ecosystems. El Niño can also influence the formation of hurricanes in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, leading to variations in their frequency and intensity. It's important to note that El Niño is just one part of a larger climate cycle called El Niño Southern Oscillation, ENSO. ENSO refers to the interaction between El Niño and its counterpart, La Niña. La Niña is the opposite of El Niño and is characterized by cooler than normal ocean temperatures in the equatorial Pacific. La Niña can also have significant impacts on weather patterns, often with opposite effects to El Niño. Scientists closely monitor and study El Niño and its effects. They use various tools, including satellite observation, ocean buoys, and computer models, to better understand and predict these climate events. This knowledge helps communities and governments prepare for the potential impacts of El Niño, such as by implementing strategies for managing water resources, adjusting agricultural practices, and planning for extreme weather events. Studying El Niño is an ongoing process as scientists try to deepen their understanding of its causes, variability, and long-term impacts. They collect data from oceanic and atmospheric observations and analyze historical records to identify patterns and trends. This research helps improve climate models, which in turn aid in predicting El Niño events with greater accuracy.
Jack, I'm planning an adventure holiday with my children, but I don't have any experience on this. Could you give me some advice?
Sure. I think adventure holidays are suitable for all ages. You just need to find the right one that suits you and your children.
But are those holidays physically demanding?
Not necessarily. There are plenty of soft adventure holidays. You don't need to climb mountains or do extreme sports.
Well, that's good to know. What adventure holidays have you been on?
I've been on several adventure holidays with my son. The one that is most memorable was a camping trip we took in the Cascade Range. It was amazing to spend time in nature and see the beautiful scenery. My son and I bonded over the experience, and it was great for his personal development.
That sounds wonderful. What do I need to prepare for such a holiday?
You'll need comfortable hiking shoes, layered clothing, a backpack, and some camping gear. I can give you a detailed list if you want.
Yes, please. I want to make sure that we are well prepared and safe.
Of course. The mountain that I would recommend is Mount Sayeh in Glacier National Park. It's a beautiful trail with stunning views, and the campgrounds are comfortable.
Can you spell that for me? I've never heard of it before.
Sure. It's Mount Sayeh. S-I-Y-E-H.
Thanks. how long is the holiday?
Well, it's typically a 4-day trip, but you can extend it if you want to explore more of the park.
That sounds perfect. What else can we do besides hiking and camping?
You can go kayaking, fishing, or even take a wildlife tour. Glacier National Park has plenty of activities for families.
Wow! I'm really getting excited about this adventure holiday. So, when do you think is the best time to go?
You know, it tends to rain quite a lot in June. I think the best time to visit Glacier National Park would be in July. The weather is generally pleasant during that month, and the average temperature is around 21 degrees Celsius. And it usually doesn't go above 28 degrees. It's the perfect time to explore the trails and enjoy the outdoor activities.
That sounds lovely. The timing works out well since my children will be on summer break from school, and we won't have to worry about missing any classes.
Exactly. It's great when you can plan a trip without any scheduling conflicts. July is a popular time for families to visit the park, so you'll have the opportunity to meet other like-minded adventurers as well.
That's wonderful to know. Now, I'm curious about the cost. How much should I budget for a 4-day hiking adventure holiday?
Well, as far as I know, a hiking holiday in Glacier National Park is somewhere around $500 per person, depending on the tour package and accommodation, of course. However, since you're planning a family trip, many tour companies offer special discounts for family bookings.
Well, that's not too bad. Oh, and speaking of carrying luggage, you mentioned earlier, is that something we need to handle ourselves?
Well, most tour packages include the option of a porter service to assist with carrying your luggage during the hikes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sarah Johnson, and I want to share important information to help you adjust to your new roles at the office. In this brief introduction, I'll cover some key ideas for a productive and healthy work environment. First, let's talk about the importance of maintaining a balanced diet. Busy professionals often neglect their nutrition and go for quick, unhealthy food options. But if you make an effort to include fruits, vegetables, and homemade meals in your diet, you'll have more energy and better overall health. Remember, a healthy body supports a healthy mind. Next, it's important to incorporate physical activity into your daily routine. Even if you can't join a gym or do intense workouts, simple habits like taking the stairs, walking or biking to work make a difference. Small changes like these improve your fitness and well-being. Being generally active throughout the day is more beneficial than occasional intense workouts. Regular movement and at least an hour of moderate exercise daily improves focus, reduces stress, and helps you sleep better. As professionals, we should prioritize our well-being and set a positive example for others. Taking regular breaks is vital for staying focused and avoiding burnout. Despite urgent tasks, we need to listen to our bodies and rest when needed. Research shows that short breaks enhance productivity and prevent mistakes caused by mental fatigue. It's not about working long hours, but working effectively. Lastly, keeping a clean and organized workspace promotes efficiency and a positive work environment. Make it a habit to tidy your desk, dispose of waste properly, and use available cleaning supplies. A clean workspace fosters creativity, reduces stress, and prevents a professional image. Let's take a moment to explore some important areas in our office park. I'll show you a few key locations that will enhance your work experience. Right now, we're in the main building. If you step outside through the main entrance and walk east along the main road, you'll reach the staff relaxation area at the end of the road. It's a separate L-shaped building where you can take breaks and unwind. Inside, you'll find comfortable seating, a small library, and a refreshment station with tea and coffee. It's just a short walk from the main building, so feel free to relax there. If you ever need medical assistance, we have an on-site health clinic in the office park. Simply walk west out of the main building, cross the first crossroad, and you'll find it on your right, just before the line of trees. You can easily schedule appointments, receive checkups, and access healthcare resources there. For those looking to stay active, we have an office gym. When you leave the front of the main building, there's a road straight ahead. Follow that road until you reach a fountain. Take the first right turn and you'll see the entrance to the gym on your right, directly across from another building. The gym is equipped with modern exercise equipment and is open throughout the day, so don't hesitate to visit, even if it's in the evening. It's free for all employees. Next, there's a health store nearby that specialises in organic products and supplements. It offers nutritious snacks, vitamins, and health-focused items. This store is also in front of the main building, but this time you need to go across from the fountain. Carry on straight and go over the crossroads. You'll find it at the end of the road. Lastly, I'd like to recommend a local restaurant called Fresh Bites. It has its own building within the park. Just before the health store at the crossroads, turn right and continue straight. You'll see the restaurant on the corner beyond the line of trees. It's a pleasant walk during your lunch break, and you can enjoy a nourishing meal there. I hope these insights and directions make it easier for you to navigate and settle into our office park. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to me or any of our colleagues. Welcome once again, and let's work together to create a productive and healthy workplace.
Good morning, Emma.
Good morning, Dr. Brown.
How's your assignment on climate change going?
It's been challenging, but I'm making progress. I'm focusing on how climate change affects coastal ecosystems.
That's a great topic. Coastal ecosystems are particularly vulnerable to climate change. Have you found any interesting information?
Yes, I found a study on rising sea levels and how they contribute to coastal erosion. It's worrying to see the potential loss of habitats for marine species.
Definitely. It's important to address these issues. Have you looked into specific coastal areas affected by climate change?
Yes, I've been studying the Maldives and the Sundarbans in Bangladesh. They show the challenges faced by low-lying coastal areas and the actions taken to reduce the effects.
Those are excellent examples. Also, consider the long-term consequences of climate change, like changes in temperature and rainfall patterns that disrupt the natural balance and affect the reproductive cycles of marine species.
That's a great point. I'll include that in my analysis.
Have you explored the role of climate change in ocean acidification?
Yes, I've found research papers discussing how ocean acidification harms coral reefs and shell-forming organisms. It's a significant concern for marine ecosystems.
Include those findings in your assignment to provide a comprehensive overview of how climate change affects coastal ecosystems.
I will, Dr. Brown.
Additionally, consider the economic impacts of climate change on coastal communities. Look at how rising sea levels affect livelihoods, such as the displacement of communities and job losses in the fishing industry.
That's an important aspect to include, Dr. Brown. I'll research more on that.
Good. It's crucial to highlight the need for proactive measures and policies. Explore solutions and initiatives that mitigate the impacts of climate change on coastal ecosystems.
I understand. I'll include successful examples of coastal restoration projects and sustainable coastal management practices.
Excellent. Your assignment can raise awareness and drive positive change.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. I appreciate your guidance. I feel more confident in moving forward with my assignment now.
You're welcome, Emma. Remember to review and revise your work before submission.
I will. Another thing, Dr. Brown, I wanted to ask for guidance on structuring my assignment. I want to make sure it flows logically.
Of course, Emma, I'd be happy to help. Have you created an outline yet?
Yes, I've outlined the main sections, including an introduction, background on climate change and its causes, the specific impacts on coastal ecosystems, case studies and potential solutions.
That sounds like a solid structure. Within each section, use subheadings to organise your ideas clearly. It will make it easier for the reader to navigate through your work.
That makes sense. I'll incorporate subheadings accordingly. Should I include graphs or visual aids to support my arguments?
Absolutely. Using visual aids like graphs, charts or maps can enhance the clarity and impact of your assignment. They can help illustrate trends, changes over time, or spatial distributions of climate-related data.
I'll start gathering relevant data and consider the most effective ways to present it visually. Lastly, do you have any recommendations for conducting a literature review?
When conducting a literature review, search academic databases and peer-reviewed journals. Focus on recent studies and reputable sources in the field of climate science. Additionally, consider reaching out to subject matter experts or attending relevant conferences to stay updated on the latest research.
Oh, I see. Thank you very much, Dr. Brown.
You're welcome, Emma. I'm glad I could assist you. Remember to give yourself enough time to review and revise your work before submission. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
I will. Thank you once again for your help and advice.
Good morning, everyone. Today we have a fascinating topic to discuss: the Sumatran orangutan. These amazing animals are not only a symbol of the rainforests in Sumatra, but also one of the most endangered species on Earth. In this lecture, we will explore the habitat, behavior, conservation status, the factors contributing to its decline, ongoing conservation efforts, and the importance of protecting the Sumatran orangutan. The Sumatran orangutan is one of 3 orangutan species. The others are the Bornean orangutan and the recently discovered Tapanuli orangutan. The Sumatran orangutan is only found on the Indonesian island of Sumatra, where it lives in the beautiful rainforests and wetland areas. These orangutans are well adapted to life in the trees and spend most of their time in the upper part of the forest. What makes the Sumatran orangutan special is its reddish-brown hair and impressive size. Adult males can reach up to 1.5 meters in height and weigh around 90 kilograms, making them the largest mammals in the world that live in trees. With their long arms and strong hands, they are perfectly designed for swinging from one tree to another. Their diet consists mainly of fruits, leaves, bark, and sometimes insects. Despite their remarkable features, the Sumatran orangutan is critically endangered. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, there are fewer than 14,000 Sumatran orangutans left in the wild, and their population is rapidly declining. The main threats they face are habitat loss, illegal hunting, and the illegal pet trade. Habitat loss is the most significant factor contributing to the decline of the Sumatran orangutan. Large-scale deforestation, particularly for palm oil plantations, has led to the destruction of vast areas of their natural habitat. As forests are converted into agricultural land, the orangutans lose their homes and sources of food, which reduces their chance of survival. Illegal hunting is another critical issue affecting the Sumatran orangutan population. Despite legal protection, orangutans are hunted for their meat and captured for the pet trade. The desire for baby orangutans as pets is very harmful because it separates them from their mothers and disrupts their social group. To address these urgent issues, numerous conservation organizations and local communities have been working tirelessly to protect the Sumatran orangutan and its habitat. Their efforts include creating protected areas and wildlife corridors to provide safe spaces for these animals. There are various programs that help rescue orangutans that have been illegally captured, then release them back into their natural habitat. Public awareness campaigns have played a crucial role in educating communities about the importance of conservation and the need to protect these remarkable animals. Collaboration with local communities is also important, as it involves creating jobs and ways of living that are compatible with orangutan conservation. This provides economic alternatives to activities that harm their habitats. Apart from these efforts, it is essential for governments, businesses, and consumers to support sustainable practices that minimize habitat destruction. Responsible sourcing of products like palm oil can ensure that orangutan habitats are preserved instead of being destroyed. By choosing certified sustainable products, we can contribute to the protection of these endangered species and their delicate ecosystems. Protecting the Sumatran orangutan is not only crucial for their survival, but also for preserving the rich biodiversity and ecological balance of Sumatra's rainforests. These forests are home to numerous other endangered species, and their conservation is vital for the well-being of local communities and the long-term sustainability of our planet.
Good morning, the Hungry Bite restaurant. How can I help you?
Hi there, my name is Alex, and I'm currently a university student. I was wondering if you have any part-time job openings available.
Hello, Alex. Yes, we are currently in need of a kitchen hand. Do you have any prior experience in the food industry?
Yes, I have. Last summer, I worked as a server at a cafe. However, I'm looking to explore something new, like working in the kitchen. Would there be training provided for the position of kitchen hand?
Absolutely, Alex. As a kitchen hand, you'll be working closely with our chef, who will guide you through the various tasks and help you develop your skills. It's like a probationary period, where you'll have the opportunity to learn and demonstrate your abilities.
That's fantastic to hear. By the way, how long does the probationary period usually last before a final decision is made?
Typically, the probation period lasts for about 7 days. However, our chef is quite observant and can assess your progress quickly. If he sees that you're adapting well and showing potential, he may accept you for the position within just 2 or 3 days.
I see. I'll try my best then.
Excellent. Now, Alex, can you let me know how many hours you're looking to work per week?
Since I'm currently taking a full course load at the university, I'm aiming for around 15 to 20 hours per week. I'm available on weekdays after 4 p.m. and on weekends.
That works well for us. Our peak hours are usually in the evenings and on Saturdays. We're closed on Sundays. So we can accommodate your preferred hours and schedule you for around 20 hours per week if you're comfortable with that.
That sounds perfect. Could you provide me with information about the pay rate for the position?
Certainly. We offer a rate of £9.25 per hour for the kitchen hand position.
That's great to hear. My last job was £8.75 an hour.
I'm glad you find it satisfactory, Alex. Now, regarding your eligibility to work, are you a UK citizen or an international student?
I'm from Australia. However, I hold a valid work permit that allows me to work part-time while studying in the UK.
That's fantastic. We are open to hiring international students who possess a valid work permit.
Great. I absolutely understand the importance of verifying eligibility.
Wonderful. Are you available for an in-person interview sometime next week?
Yes, I am.
OK, how about we schedule the interview for Wednesday at 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Normally I would say yes, but next Wednesday I have a test in the afternoon, so I'm not sure if I'll be in the right mindset for an interview. Could we possibly meet on the following day at the same time?
That works perfectly, Alex, so Thursday at 6 p.m. it is.
That's perfect. By the way, is there anything specific I should bring or prepare for the interview?
Please bring a copy of your resume and any references you may have. During the interview, we'll discuss your experience, availability, and assess your suitability for the position. If you have any questions about the job or the interview process, feel free to ask.
Just to confirm, the restaurant is located on Oak Street, correct?
Actually, we have 2 branches that are both within 1 kilometre of each other. The branch we're currently recruiting for is on Yeldham Road.
I'm not familiar with that street. Could you please spell it for me?
Certainly, it's spelled Yeldham Road.
Got it, thank you.
You're welcome. Once you're on Yeldham Road, you'll easily spot a large dental clinic, and our restaurant is situated right next to it.
Perfect, thank you so much for the directions. Oh, one last thing. Who should I ask for when I arrive?
I apologise for not mentioning it earlier. My name is Mia Ahuja.
Could you please spell that for me?
Certainly, it's spelled Ahuja.
Noted. Thank you so much for your assistance. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm eagerly looking forward to the interview.
You're very welcome, Alex. We're excited to meet you as well. If you have any further questions before the interview, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you once again. See you on Thursday. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Alex. Take care and see you soon.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for all being here today at our advertising conference. I'm Mark, and I'll be your trainer for this session. Today, I want to talk to you about how important advertising is for the success of a business in today's competitive market. Many people think that advertising is just a means to promote products or services. In fact, it is much more than that. It's a powerful tool that helps businesses connect with their target audience, build brand awareness, and drive sales. In today's crowded marketplace, it's crucial for businesses to stand out from the competition. Effective advertising campaigns can capture the attentions of the right people and establish a strong brand in the minds of consumers. By highlighting what makes a business unique, such as superior quality, exceptional customer service, or innovative solutions, advertising helps attract customers who share the same values. Furthermore, advertising allows businesses to reach a larger audience. With the rise of digital advertising and popular social media platforms like Facebook and TikTok, businesses can easily connect with customers from all around the world. Advertising also plays a vital role in driving sales and revenue growth. By creating awareness, generating interest, and influencing purchasing decisions, it directly impacts a business's financial performance. When consumers are aware of a product or service and understand its benefits, they are more likely to make a purchase. Well-executed advertising campaigns not only drive immediate sales, but also foster customer loyalty and repeat business, contributing to long-term growth. Additionally, advertising helps businesses stay relevant and adapt to changing market trends. In today's fast-paced digital era, consumer preferences and behaviors are constantly evolving. Through advertising, businesses can stay connected with their target audience, understand their changing needs, and adjust their offerings accordingly. Valuable insights gained from advertising campaigns enable businesses to modify their strategies, introduce new products, and enhance existing ones to meet customer demands. In summary, advertising is a vital component of any successful business strategy. However, not all companies achieve success with their advertising campaigns, regardless of their size. In fact, the failure rate of advertising campaigns is higher than you might imagine. To illustrate this, I'll share some examples of advertising campaigns that didn't go well due to simple mistakes. These examples will provide valuable lessons on what not to do in advertising. Let's start with Trendify. They had a great product and a creative idea, but they made a mistake by not understanding their target audience. They launched a campaign using slang and humor that didn't connect with the people they wanted to reach. As a result, their message got lost and the campaign didn't resonate with their customers. Next, we have Stellar Motors, who fell victim to a lack of consistency. They started strong with an impressive ad that got people excited, but their other ads didn't match their brand. This confused customers and made them feel disconnected, which led to a drop in sales and loyalty. Luna Cosmetics faced the challenge of overpromising and under-delivering. They created an enticing campaign that made big claims about their product's capabilities. However, the actual product failed to live up to these promises, leading to customer disappointment and negative reviews. This mismatch between expectations and reality severely damaged their reputation. Moving on to Euphoria Health. They didn't test their campaign properly before launching it. They spent a lot of money on a fancy ad, but they didn't consider how people would react to it. They missed offensive content in the messaging, and this caused a lot of criticism and damage to their brand. Lastly, let's discuss Elite Tech. They had a successful ad campaign that people liked, but instead of building on that success, they continued to run the same campaign repeatedly for too long. This led to people getting tired of it, and it lost its impact, resulting in fewer sales and less recognition for the brand. Now, we're going to explore
All right, Max. Before we start planning our presentation on air conditioning, let's talk about what we've found so far.
Sure, Sophie. I have to admit, I haven't done much research yet.
That makes two of us. However, I did come across an interesting article about the history of air conditioning. It turns out that ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Romans had methods to cool their buildings too.
Really? I had no idea.
Yes, they used techniques such as circulating water through walls or using wind towers to create a cooling effect. But what surprised me was that they even hung wet cloth in doorways to bring down the temperature in their homes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. On a different note, I also found an article about modern air conditioners. Do you know what happens when people dispose of their old units?
I'm not entirely sure. Are they recycled?
Yes, typically. They are taken to recycling centres where they safely remove any harmful components and recycle or dispose of the materials in an environmentally friendly manner.
That's good to know.
Unfortunately, Sophie, not everyone disposes of their old air conditioners responsibly. Some people just dump them in the countryside or other inappropriate places.
It's unfortunate indeed. Finding proper disposal methods is crucial. By the way, do you have any idea how long people typically keep their air conditioners in our country?
On average, people keep them for around 10 years, and many last for 15 years or even longer. When you consider the cost divided by the number of years of use, air conditioners are relatively affordable compared to other household appliances.
That's a valid point. And let's not forget to explore the impact of air conditioning on energy consumption in buildings. It's an essential aspect to cover, Max.
I actually found some interesting information on that. In our country, the average cost for domestic air conditioning during the summer months ranges from £140 to £360 per family. However, this only accounts for residential usage. When it comes to large buildings, the energy consumption is likely much higher. It would be valuable to conduct a detailed comparison to highlight the differences.
I completely agree. Adding that to our discussion will make our presentation more comprehensive.
Now, let's make a list of topics to cover in our presentation and decide who will research each aspect. Then later we can get together and plan the next step.
Sounds like a plan. How about we begin with the importance of air conditioning in different settings, like homes, offices and public spaces?
Yeah, agreed. We should also look into the benefits and challenges of air conditioning in various environments.
Perfect, I could do that unless you particularly want to.
No, that's fine by me. Moving on, let's explore the environmental impact of air conditioning. It would be interesting to discuss the energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions associated with cooling systems. Do you fancy dealing with that?
To be honest, I'm not particularly excited about it.
I feel the same way. Environmental topics tend to overwhelm me.
Well, I'll do you a favour and take care of it. But remember, you owe me, Max. All right, how about we focus on the impact of air conditioning on health and well-being? This could involve aspects like indoor air quality and the effects of prolonged exposure to air conditioning. Maybe that's something you'd be interested in.
I don't mind. It sounds quite fascinating.
I think it's important not to overlook the role of air conditioning in specific industries or sectors. For example, how it supports temperature-sensitive areas like hospitals, data centres or manufacturing facilities.
That's interesting. I had a quick look at an economics book in the library that had a chapter on this topic. I can share the title with you if you'd like to handle this section.
Not particularly, to be honest. Economics books tend to be a bit heavy for me.
All right, I'll take care of it then.
Thanks. Next, let's talk about technology. Along with current advancements, we could explore emerging trends like smart and eco-friendly systems and how they are shaping the industry. I don't mind having a go at that.
OK, sounds good. Lastly, we can discuss the future of air conditioning. There seems to be a trend towards natural cooling and ventilation, without relying heavily on electronic air conditioners.
How about we divide it into two parts? You can focus on the traditional approach, while I concentrate on alternative methods of air conditioning.
That works for me.
Great! We have our topics assigned. Let's get started with our research, and we'll reconvene later to plan our next steps.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about startups. A startup is a new company that aims to bring something innovative and unique to the market. It's all about introducing fresh ideas that have never been thought of before. Take, for example, Airbnb. This startup introduced a new way of finding accommodation by connecting homeowners with travellers. It revolutionised the traditional hotel industry and offered a unique and personalised experience for both hosts and guests. Another amazing example is Tesla, a company that makes electric cars. Tesla has changed the car industry by making sustainable and high-performance electric vehicles. They have influenced other car companies to invest in electric vehicle technology. This startup has had a big effect on the market and the environment. Some industries are more favourable for startups than others. Technology startups, such as those in software or e-commerce, have been very successful. They have not only changed how we do things, but have also received a lot of money from investors. However, even in industries like healthcare or manufacturing, where making a business successful is more challenging, startups can still make a significant impact through their new ideas. It's evident that young people are drawn to startups because they provide them with the freedom to work on their own ideas and make a difference. Many young individuals feel that working for someone else means contributing to someone else's dream, while starting their own business allows them to build their own dreams. They desire to create an impact and leave their mark on the world. The idea of being their own boss and having the freedom to choose their own path is very attractive to them. Another reason why startups are popular among young people is the potential for financial success. Startups operate on the principle of scalability, meaning that small companies can rapidly expand, even on an international level, generating significant profits in a short period of time. However, launching a successful startup is not an easy task. Did you know that most startups fail? It's true. Approximately 90% of startups do not succeed. There are common mistakes that entrepreneurs make, and we can learn from them. One such mistake is not doing sufficient market research and not understanding what customers want. Startups need to identify their target customers and what they like. Without a solid understanding of the market, they might end up creating a product or service that people don't actually want. Now, let's consider an example of a startup that did not succeed. A company called Juicerow wanted to change the juicing industry by making a fancy juicer that squeezed pre-packaged juice bags. However, the juicer was expensive, and consumers soon realised that they could easily squeeze the juice bags by hand without the need for the costly machine. Consequently, Juicerow had to shut down its operations in 2017. Another common mistake is poor financial management. Startups usually operate with limited funds, so it's important for them to carefully plan their finances. If they fail to do so, or are unable to secure enough funding to keep going, they may be forced to close down. Let's look at the case of Vine, a well-known social media platform where users could share short looping videos. Vine became popular quickly and attracted many users and content creators. However, the platform had difficulties making money from its service and faced tough competition from other big social media companies. As a result, Vine announced its closure in 2017, which left many users disappointed. Lastly, having a competent team is vital for startup success. Startups require individuals who believe in the vision of the business and possess the necessary skills to turn it into a reality. Hiring the wrong people or lacking effective leadership can make it challenging to achieve success. For instance, a startup in the tech industry might struggle if it hires employees without the technical expertise or hires leaders who lack the necessary industry knowledge and experience. However, despite the challenges involved in establishing startups, they still play a vital role in society. Successful startups bring forth new ideas, create job opportunities, and contribute to economic growth.